And after that rather sombering experience in a jail cell, we are back at Innocent Sin.
Is it really a jail cell that we're able to just walk out the door?
Well, yeah, it's like an unused prison, I guess. You can talk to all sorts of ice cream cones around the city if you want to. One thing I kind of liked over Persona 1 is that they never had anybody to talk to in the world, so it was like basically you're the only person left, which really brought some heavy implications. Now, how the thing works, however, in Innocent Sin is that you're the only one getting jumped by demons.
Fuck.
Sometimes, very rarely on occasion, these people might see something, but they won't in your comparison to you.
Is it an idea of like where you should be going, depending on what the person says?
Kind of. But ultimately, you're pretty much given a nice idea of where to go beforehand.
Oh, the ramen noodle stop.
That guy is Satoshi Tadashi.
Yeah.
We met him before in Persona 1. He was a one-off character we met in the gymnasium. He always got in a fight with Tamaki. He's also, I think, he's actually the creator self-insert.
Okay.
He's actually he's the guy, one of the guys responsible for the story writing behind this, and I will make sweet love to him for that story of Eternal Punishment. So basically, he's here trying to get the secret dish from the woman that'll take her become a weapon salesman.
The secret dish that she makes?
Yeah, it's a secret dish she makes in particular.
Yeah.
And then if you eat the dish, she'll start selling you weapons.
Maybe it's the Wall Street's Korean barbecue.
The Wall Street Korean barbecue.
Despite the fact that there's no Korea in that world.
Ketchy is Scottish. Yeah. And there's no Scotland. Then again, Ketchy is based off of Scottish myth, I think, or Irish.
That could be what they're going for.
Anyway, there's a whole bunch of stores around here. You can tell usually what they are going to be just by their icons alone.
Yeah. Well, this one said sushi, so I imagine it's a fish
This
shop.
has gotten sushi.
Yeah.
And recurring theme number 2 of Innocent Sin. We all have parental issues.
In what way? I mean, the same way. Fear?
Usually fear, disgust, sadness, or anger, one of the two. Anyway, Ikichi's actually got like a relatively down-to-earth kind of thing. He is afraid of his father because he thinks his father will beat his ass for looking like that in a visual K-band instead of training to take over the sushi shop.
Yeah.
Sounds reasonable, except the dad's not that bad, actually. Like, he's not like an awful person. He's just really strict on his son.
Yeah.
But it gets through to Ikichi, and as child is known as gods of their as parents are usually known as gods of their children, that's enough to scare the shit out of him.
Now, I noticed that when the character was introduced, we got blue text talking about that character. Is that someone talking to us, or is that just...
That's the game teaching us what he is.
Okay, because normally... Okay, that's so weird, though, because...
No, Persona 1 did it, too. That's basically biological information for the character to us.
Because normally I would think that would make more sense if there was like a narrator for this game. But like for the game just to blatantly tell us who this person is and what he's rumored to be good in. It's just
it's not what he's rumored to be good in, it's what he is. Yeah. That's just basically a pause in the action for the game. So it's kind of narrating to us in a way.
Yeah.
Basically, he gets scared as shit of his father. Which is reasonable.
I'm kind of on and off with that because normally if a game has to blatantly tell me, because you're right about that. 'Cause I said rumored to be a martial artist and you just said he is a martial artist because that's how rumors work in Innocent Sin.
Yeah, you're right.
But for the game to just say blatantly to out, here's this guy, this is what he does, instead of just like tell me that through the story, I don't know. I think that that's a risky proposition to do that. I'd rather the game just show me and not just straight up tell me.
But see, here's the thing, though. That's what Ikichi thinks.
Yeah.
Ikichi thinks he's a badass 18th degree black belt in all sorts of martial arts.
Yeah.
He ain't shit. And nobody else is saying that he is. Only Ikichi's afraid of him. This here is a Kenta Toro Yokochi. I don't think I went to the cafeteria to show him to you. He was basically chunky. He was the high school's wrestling champ.
Yeah.
He had a huge crush on Elena, and it backfired, which resulted in his persona malforming in him as a giant penis coming out of his stomach. Since then, he's learned to control his persona, and he's actually, while he doesn't actively fight or use it as a persona like in combat, he uses the information it grants him to help him become very successful at business. Chris, or the guy who constantly slammed my head into a fucking wall in Persona 1, also became a business salesman. But because his persona still has that same aura he had as a kid, he's difficult to be he's struggling as a salesman.
Because he doesn't grow up.
Well, no, he's trying to grow up.
Yeah.
It's more so like his mind and heart want to move into the future, but the persona itself still exudes the same aura.
Right.
So basically, he comes off more intimidating than he should be. That there is Tadashi Tamaki, I think it is. She was the protagonist of Shin Megami Tensei If, and she's also the lover of. And now she's currently dating Tadashi. I heard something darker about that though.
What do you mean?
Tadashi had like a crush on this one famous singer.
Yeah.
And he modeled Tamaki based off of her, so it comes off as a pervy, creepy thing.
Oh, okay.
That's what I heard. I don't know if there's truth to it, but then
Rumor
again,
has it.
fuck. Fuck.
Now it's true. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, fuck me for that.
So Tamaki was a... Alright, so this is just another tie... Alright, because here's another thing. I know I may have asked you this maybe 3-4 times during Persona 1 LP, but the Shin Megami Tensei series and the Persona series, are they just offshoots of each other, or are they linked?
Persona is a spin-off. You'll see callbacks to the mainline series from time to time.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's its own thing.
It's its own thing, okay.
By the by, look at the necklace he's wearing there.
Yeah.
That's a Kuzunoa necklace. Basically, there's a series of detectives known as the Kuzunoa clan. Yeah. Basically, they utilize demons in the way demon summoners do, but they use it for different purposes, mostly benevolent. There is something about Todoroki. He used to be really stupid, but then he got smart, and that necklace there is proof that he's actually being possessed by a Kuzunoa.
So is his spirit doing that?
Yeah, basically he's spirit possessed in a way, but he's none the wiser for it. And quite frankly, fuck it. If it's gonna make him better at his job and the spirit gets to be happy doing his thing, who's gonna bitch? So basically, this place here functions as your rumor spreading hub. These guys here will work the various intricacies of the network and the papers and try to spread rumors for you. Basically, it's as simple as, hey, talk shit about this person, done. And basically, he's basically 4chan. Yeah.
So rumors start here, and basically, the more people talk about it, it'll actually come true.
It will come true. He basically spreads the rumors. Then if you talk to the people out and around the towns, they'll start talking about the same shit you just recently spread. Yeah. And then that's how the rumor starts substantiating in progress. Maya explains later on how it really truly works better than I could. Yeah. Because I know what I wanted to say, I just used the wrong words. Yeah. But
did you hear that Joker guy died of cardiac arrest? Oh, he did, didn't he? No.
So basically, somehow between then and now, we all drew straws, and Ikichi lost. So now Ikichi has to order the slop in question to get her to sell us weapons. Banana char siu ramen. Don't know. I know banana and ramen is gross enough as it is. What the fuck is char siu though?
I have no idea.
Sounds like charcoal.
That shit's secret code word.
You said the magic phrase! Ah!
Then she presses a button and the entire counter flips over to show a weapon shack, including the 2 customers over there. They're actually just puppets.
Or worse, they're actually eating food and they just had their ramen spilled. Like, fuck. Unfortunately, Ikichi still has to garble the shit down.
Oh, so wait, it's not just a matter of actually knowing the food; you actually have to eat it too in order to.
Well, yeah, you got to compliment the cook.
I suppose so. And it's not the worst thing I've ever had.
And there's Cozy again. Her name is Hanakoji, but they call her Cozy because fat joke.
That's her nickname.
No, that's why fat joke. They're not really subtle about how they treat fat people in this world. So, but other than that, though, like the weird thing is it's kind of like Ann Takamaki in Persona 5. They don't really like play up the fat thing other than a cheap joke. But aside from the pot shots of the weight, they actually do treat her as a fairly capable character.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like Antakamaki in a way. Like the story around her is bad, but the character herself is good.
I don't see what the game or character development would get out of fat shaming. So,
Ikichi Mishina.
Yeah.
No, that's basically Ikichi's whole thing. I'm spoiling it here, but Ikichi's whole story is, I used to be fat, now I'm a badass.
And I'm a jerk, and everyone loves me.
Well, he loves himself, and that's all that matters.
Unlike you, I had my legs lengthened. So were you just tied to a prison chamber?
And we've gotten some trans progressiveness in here. They actually have a trans character here. Weird. Or a trans person.
Oh, yeah. Is that why they classified as weird woman?
Only because she like rambles off about that shit in the worst times of ways. It's like, wow, okay, you're
like,
trans.
Great. Nice. It's like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, this guy here's an asshole.
Now, where's the guns?
No, this guy sells armor.
Okay.
Ultimately, now you'll see. They see sex over there. They have certain armors that can only be worn by women and men.
Right.
It's pedantic at best sometimes, but ultimately you'll rarely see that often come up.
Well, I mean, that's been a thing. Male to female armor has been a thing since, hell, even Final Fantasy 4 did that sort of shit.
Right.
The Minerva armor can only be equipped by Rosa and Rydia.
Right. Well, like I said,
I mean, if Cecil wants to give it a shot, I wouldn't judge him.
Right, but my thing is, though, is like I said, though, is like, for me, sometimes it's so infrequent, to my memory, it's so infrequent when the game does it, it's borderline pointless.
Yeah, what exactly is the point? Now, is there like a set of
Ultimate Men in
armor that's like
that offhand? If there is, I don't fucking go after it much. One thing you're gonna hate about Innocent Sin, by the way, it's got the Vesperia problem. Shit's expensive.
Oh boy, which means a lot of grinding.
Well, the grinding ends up being a non-issue because one, I fucking love the combat system in this game. Two, money isn't super hard to come by, especially when you have a few other ways to do it, as well as when you manipulate fortunes later in the game.
Right.
But yeah, money is gonna be a thing in this game. It's like Final Fantasy VI, where you got like 5 characters to equip, except in 6 you got like 16.
No, you never had to dress Umaro on anything. You always ran bare ass.
He just thrusted his dick and everything.
Yeah, and it did a lot of damage.
Can you imagine that shit, though? That's Umaro's taunt option.
You're like the cover thrust.
Now that we've been to the rumor monger.
Yeah.
Or actually, I keep trying to think I have to. Yeah, I kind of get like my steps backwards sometimes with this sometimes. So that's why you see me like going into a lot of stores sometimes. Once you start getting rumors and shit like that, you start talking to rumor mongers. Rumor mongers will give you additional rumors at the cost of you having to give them something to work with too. And basically, you start learning new rumors from them, and then you spread them at your store.
Rumor HQ.
Right. And then that's how you get more shit to open up. Now, the woman we just talked to, right, she's a weapon shop, but she's also only one of them. Many stores here can be weapon shops too. Now, Innocent Sin tried something here which I don't fully approve of. Now, the main reason why you get so many weapon shops is because the weapon shops themselves are subjective to rumors. You can spread rumors whether or not the weapons are weak, but they're cheap, average price and quality, expensive but good, buy low, sell high, buy high, sell low. Personally, every player just picks the most expensive option to go with.
Because they want the power.
Right, which then leads to oversaturation. As I said before, not one of the better ideas, and it's something that Eternal Punishment trims down on. In the sense of you get like maybe 1 or 2 weapon shops, but they have in 1 or 2 armor shops, but you also get a distinctive identity for each of them.
Well, what I wanted to ask is that, what exactly is the metaphysical limit of a rumor? Because what's to stop me from saying this shop sells great weapons at a low price?
It has to be easily believed in. In other words, Maya will explain that more when we get her.
Yeah.
But as I said earlier, there are limits to the rumor system.
It needs to be believable.
But as I said before, though, but here's the thing, though, and this is where it kind of edges on a bit of a socio-political commentary here.
Okay.
The threshold for that could be surprisingly low.
Okay.
I.e., if a group of people decide they want to ruin your fucking life, just spread the rumor, and because of the thing in the world, and because of the
because people
laws
are
of the
idiots.
world.
Because people are idiots.
Well, no, it's more like because they're willing to believe anything that they're fed. So you can make the argument that they're idiots, and by all means, if you want to, go ahead.
Well, it's one of my favorite lines in Men in Black.
Right.
A person is smart, people are dumb.
Right.
You know, because.
And as a result of it, though, it's basically like a giant It's basically a giant way of how your reputation can get ruined just because some people keep wanting to say
just going to say shit about you. Yeah.
By the way, let's go meet Steve. Now, and speaking of it, this is Sin's massive whiplash. We go from serious commentary there to fucking Steven Seagal.
I'm wondering what era of Steven Seagal it is. Oh, that is totally Steven Seagal. Like, holy shit, that is 1-to-1.
That is Steven fucking Seagal.
Yeah, that is Steven Seagal.
And you're going to be back here regularly because here's the thing. Steven here...
His name is even Steven.
Right.
Okay.
Steven Seagal Silverman. By the way, I think I kind of left it on there a bit long because, holy shit, I was kind of giggling at that again. I was like, oh, fuck, right, this.
Completely forgot about Steven Seagal being here.
But here's the thing, though. With him, in the game proper, you can enter competitions, or rather contests, sweepstakes. And he's the guy you go to get the winnings from, I believe. Basically, you got a basic generation clash here going on between Lisa and her father.
Right.
Except Lisa's father gives her plenty reason enough to be fucking embarrassed. I mean, imagine like going to like 7-Eleven or a fucking club, and then you come home and it's the fucking filial ages again. Like, holy shit.
Well, where is she from?
She's Japanese born.
She's Japanese born.
The parents are white. I think the parents are white. The mother names herself Aikido. I don't know why.
Okay.
They're both white, but they took the Japanese culture and land and tradition seriously enough that they moved here.
Yeah,
and then they gave birth to Lisa here.
They migrated to Japan.
Right.
Okay.
Araya Shrine. Shit. This place seems insignificant, and it's very significant. We'll find that out later. I love this fucking track, too, by the way. Love the original a bit more, but that's just me. And the cast here seems to hate being here. Ah, deja vu.
Oh, okay. So they've definitely been here before.
Oh, yeah. And this here is the caretaker who's actually completely innocent. Like, by the end of the games, by the end of the two duology, you can imagine her looking at this place going, why the fuck am I still here? I just take a walk around. In Eternal Punishment, that's your final dungeon.
Also, like, she was going, like, someone set fire to the shrine years ago, but he was never caught.
Right.
Like, having help him, as in she knows the guy.
Yeah. Let's go back to Seven Sisters.
Rumor has it, you all suck!
But yes, you see, right then and there, that's exactly how the rumor system works against you, because you say one, 6 people don't believe it, they don't bother perpetuating the rumor, nothing, it just dies in the water.
Yeah, it just fizzles out.
Right. And now the clock tower started moving. You mean somebody fixed it? No, there's a curse to the clock tower if it moves. Huh? By the by, much as I love the two duology, there's always a few things I find weird sometimes.
What's that?
Oh, no, this game didn't do it. I'm thinking of the fucking intro to Eternal Punishment, I'm sorry. Where, like, they cut to a scene of the clock tower in a red sky. I'm like, why red?
Yeah, why is this guy red?
It's like fucking, remember GoldenEye?
I do.
One of the second Siberia level, you had to traverse through the snow, and the guy's a fire blood red. I'm like, this is fucking sad.
What happened?
Who committed genocide?
Yeah, no. But you know what? What's with, like, Batman, the animated series? Used
Batman
red
animated
sky for
series
a lot.
did that,
I was
yeah.
like, you know what? That's just fine. Not the Batman, though. The Batman, that sky was purple and green. I didn't get it.
Why? Purple was a good, beautiful nighttime sky. Green?
I don't get it green. I was like, well, who died?
Did Joker fart in the clouds?
Yeah.
So basically, here's the thing. Ikichi is a student of a different high school, has no idea about the clock tower, but of course, scary rumors. Uh-oh. So basically, now that the clock tower started, and because all the students have rumors to spread, now the whole fucking school is haunted by demons because of all the fucking rumors they spread. Well, why is that going on where it is? We'll have to find that out later.
So this is basically, for all intents and purposes, is like our first dungeon?
Yes.
Essentially? Yeah.
No, something awful will happen. No, that was a great website. And there's also a teacher who died in the clock tower. Grisly fucking death.
Rumor has it something awful is actually something great.
The teacher sacrificed his life to save the children, and he fell into the fucking clock gears. Ugh. The 7 Pleiades set the frozen time free. Miss Ideal is fucking wacky! The Naruto Stone. I don't know, but we better believe it. Shit's gonna go down. I like the Naruto's dad stone better. I had no idea why they call her Miss Ideal. Her name is Maya Akamura. Not the Maya we're going to be getting. So basically, there's also a curse spread by the Kasugiyama High students, which is a rumor. And by the way, that's way more graphic in the anime short CD included with Eternal Punishment.
What happened?
Her face melts.
Her face melts?
Yeah, in a black goop. And he's got the shivers! So now that everybody's seen it, they're going to bandage up their faces and take off the fucking emblems. She's still alive, too.
Okay, so she doesn't die, it's just her face melt.
Yeah. Which, would constitute death. Because if your mouth melts, how the fuck are you breathing?
Rumor has that you can breathe just fine afterwards.
But now we gotta find Hanya. Because apparently he's the cause of it for some reason. Because he also has a Faustian bargain with Joker.
So because of the rumor spreading, it has to do with the emblem on your uniform?
Right. So we gotta so apparently there's multiple things that work here.
Yeah.
the emblems are apparently cursed, or anything bearing the emblem has the curse on it, which
So
includes the clocks.
You got to get rid of emblems,
Right.
essentially. Oh, because the number gets match clocks.
In a weird way. But first, we're going to learn about battles! I love that the guitar case is a machine gun.
Holy shit! Someone loved Desperado.
Hey, Human, I don't... Here's the thing. How are you talking if you have no lungs?
Shut up, Matt.
Demon biology is different. You're absolutely right. I like how it's a cute little slime monster teaching us how this shit works. It'd be weird as shit if we had fucking Cthulhu sit down and talk to you with us.
You two seem to have an awfully long time learning about mechanics.
All right,
Yeah.
basically, the gist of it is this. Demons are like people too, except they're a hell of a lot less interesting to talk to in the real world because all they're wondering about is their next meal. So ultimately, you're going to be trying to get them eager or happy. Now, in the first game, as I said before, happiness ultimately just kind of ended the battle or got you something in a trinket. In this game, it's how you form contracts. Contracts are basically how your character is going to learn more about the demon's backstory. All of its elemental shares the weaknesses, I believe, and like what items you could probably get from it too. Now, eager is how you're going to get tarot cards. Tarot cards are the equivalent of the spell cards from the first game, except they give you like multiple tarot cards, but you're going to need a lot of them to summon a persona. If a demon is happy with a contract with you when you get him eager, you'll get full card. You'll get free tarot.
Okay.
Now, the reason why you'll want free tarot is because there are certain arcana that have no demons in them, like Emperor. Let me think wholeheartedly what they all are: High Priestess, Empress, Emperor, Justice, Sun. I'm trying to think of like maybe another arcana or two.
Well, basically, bottom line is that in order to get personas, you need tarot cards.
Yes.
And to get tarot cards, you need to build their eagerness and monsters.
Yes. I go for happiness and then eagerness because in this game in particular, you're going to want the free cards a lot. Because free cards are going to get you those exclusive arcana you can't easily make. And there are also some pretty good persona too.
Now, what's Arcana?
Arcana is basically the 22 tarot arcana, or the
Okay.
21 tarot arcana. Magician, Empress, High Priestess, Emperor, Hierophant, that's another one of the exclusive ones.
Yeah, etc., etc.
Right.
Yeah.
They're basically how the persona and monsters are divvied up in this game, as opposed to just like the Fool class and a Jockey class and stuff like that. In negotiation, I only did this once in Eternal Punishment. You get a demon, angry, eager, angry, eager, angry. Or, I'm sorry, eager, angry, eager, angry, eager. In one conversation chain. There's a 1 in 64 chance they'll ask you a certain question, where you'll get the demon to ask you a foolish question. If you respond along the lines of a fool or something like that, you'll get a fool card. Full persona rock in terms of defensive statuses and all that, but they are a bitch to make and like that. Now, as we go back to the conversation chain earlier, you'll notice that this game tries to balance something that 1 did with 2's own flair, in that there's 4 conversation contact options. And that as a result of it, it can be a little bit jarring to try to mix and match the two. Eternal Punishment gives them each 1 contact option, which, while limited in comparison, is easier to follow and keep track of. Combat. Now, one of the things about Persona 1 in comparison to 2, and frankly the interfaces are much better in the PSP remakes, this game will tell you fucking every single weakness in the game, and you don't have to figure that out. Like, if it's weak to machine gun fire, it'll show you weakness. If it's not, it'll be just fine for that normally.
So because that thing was weak to swords and you hit it with the sword, that's
Yes.
why it said weak.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Now, here's the thing. I'm right now just like grinding up a bit to like learn the spells. The way I tend to fight in the Innocent Sin is end every battle with a fusion spell. You run the risk of going for a mutation.
Yeah.
Mutations help your personas gain additional stats. They can also help them learn hidden abilities, and it can also possibly trigger a mutation or a modification. When you do a modification, you can actually transform your persona into one of the 4 minor arcana, which, despite the name of minor arcana, are actually pretty good persona. They are Rod, Cup, Sword, and Coin.
Now, I notice your character is facing a different direction, even after doing an attack. Is that a mechanic?
That's because I was on the... No, that's nothing. That's the only reason why he was facing that way was simply because of the last monster I killed was facing to the right.
Because I'm wondering if, like, positioning is a kind of a mechanic in this
No,
game. It's not.
No, they actually threw out the 4 mechanic entirely.
Okay, okay.
See,
But
case in point.
they kept it visually. Yeah.
2 ranks is also the blessing of mutations. Now, mutation rate depends upon the persona's compatibility with the character. A general rule of thumb is whatever arcana your character starts with, like in this case, Tatsuya's son, Ikichi's death, and Lisa's lovers. If you line them up with that, you'll get the you'll most likely trigger more mutations, but that's not the only one. Whenever you make like an arcana in the Velvet Room, the game itself will tell you what their compatibility ranking is with each character, so you'll never be like misarmed. There's one exception to the rule, however, where you're gonna have to violate that, and that's when you make Beelzebub for Ikichi, as he's the only character in the game that can wield that persona, and even then it's a bad compatibility. I guess a play on saying that the devil's a dick.
Well, devil's in the eye of the beholder, man.
Totally. Now here's the thing, though. If you see me like dawdle sometimes, in comparison, the reason why I simply put is that in comparison to Eternal Punishment, I don't have Innocent Sin's fusion spells down pat.
No.
Because they're wholly different formulas. So that's why I'm like kind of like dawdling a bit here and there.
Yeah, because you're just trying to refamiliarize yourself with a couple of things here.
Right.
If this were, say, Eternal Punishment, which you've gone on record saying is your favorite game of all time,
they would be down.
you'd be down pat and just going through the motions.
Right. Now, see, here's one of the few things about this game I should tell you about, though. Why? Now, there's only one reason why I think the game could be hard on the hard mode. Demon Contract isn't exactly fluent. Like, you'll pick, like, an option. If you pick one option, let's say, Ikichi, or better yet, Ikichi's singing. It may get a demon interested all the time it goes on. Every now and again, though, sometimes it'll just trigger anger because, fuck you, this is the hard mode.
You can't get in contact with a demon and they speak French and you don't know French.
That happened in, that actually happened in Persona 1, though, because we did the, original PSP, we did the PlayStation edited version, we didn't get to see it in, the original PSP version. In the PlayStation version, you had the alien monsters, the Grimies.
Yeah.
The alien monsters spoke in numbers.
What are you doing?
Seducing a demon.
Seducing a demon? What do you do? How are you seducing? Just like
You're pretty much like lowering your chest.
the wink of the gun?
Yeah, pretty much. Or you can't hear the fucking sax music?
I hear the sax music. Oh shit! I got a heart attack.
God forbid.
I did it the wrong way.
That's me getting the contract. Thank you for showing that off.
Remember acid on my klutz. Ah!
Quick, do CPR. I'm a demon. I'm not fucking trained in that.
Rumor has it you're great at CPR. Like, I'm great at CPR now.
Who wants to fucking spread the rumor? Who's got 3,000 for Todoroki?
Oh,
fuck! Now, as I'm showing off here, comparison of the two, now that I got a pact with him, you'll see more about it. But sometimes, though, as I said before, I never killed the slime yet, so we don't have any of the stats to show for it.
So, you're going about different arcanas or arcanas for personas. I mean, is there a reason for having so many types?
Yes. Now, I think you remember earlier back when we did in the Persona 1, where if you remember the angel monsters we fought, how they all tended to have like holy magic and healing arts.
Right.
That's kind of basically the gist of the classification. With 22 classifications, each of them have a different skill set and different means of what they're going to do. Like, for example, Emperor Persona are good at physical attacks, some magic, and ultimately status magics. They're also one elemental type, so basically whatever element they've got, you're going to be working with unless you throw in a spell card to it.
Right.
Death Persona are good at dark type attacks, as well as, well, they're actually pretty much really good at death type attacks, but they're also pretty good with the offensive power. It's stuff like that.
All right, so in a way, this is grossly oversimplified, and I'm sure, but the type of arcana you give the persona determines its skill set.
No, they're already predetermined arcana.
Okay. So is arcana also, does that determine what kind of persona you get, or is it just the skill set?
The arcana determines what kind of persona you get.
Okay.
You're never gonna get a Volcanus of the Emperor Arcana. Oh. Oh yeah, that's the other thing about hard mode. Status magics hit you more frequently.
Of course.
Oh yeah. Stat increasement is big in this game, apparently, especially for mutation. It's a more common one. It's also like the one where you go, oh, it's not 2 ranks up.
Guess I'm running around like an idiot in the hallways again.
Right? But the thing is, though, and like I said, that's why I keep getting drugged for it. It's like the immediate reward thing for gaming when it's like you go for the immediate, the immediate reward. That's the redundancy department right there. But I just keep finding myself playing it more because I'm addicted to that whole, what if this time it's different?
Yeah.
Pillsbury Doughboy here are poltergeist. These are also double class monsters. They prefer status attacks above all else, but they do have a high magical power to them sometimes. So if they can hit like with magic, it may hurt you a little bit. These versions suck because they don't have Magna compared to Eternal Punishment. But the weird thing is, though, I think that was like thrown in later games because oh yeah, Last Resort.
Last Resort, you just started fighting him.
Blue is mine.
Puts a whole new spin on the definition, popping fresh.
Right?
Oh, but it hurts him too.
Right,
Okay,
that's
so
Last
just
Resort.
yeah, it's an all-out self-destruct. I like how the status effect did more than the explosion.
Right? Well, yeah, I mean, he's a little fucking tenderfoot that's not going to hurt me much in comparison, but I'm poisoned inside. That shit hurts the
Pillsbury
lungs.
Doughboy doesn't want to hurt you. He just wants to feed you biscuits.
Yeah, until I burst, like his head did. I think also difficulty might affect mutation rates because I tend to have a harder time getting the hard mode mutations than normal, but as I said, I can trade off with that. Again, in comparison to Eternal Punishment Innocence, it's not a hard game. This here is, I believe, your resting place. She's basically a nurse. She's a free heal. I got rid of the poison for me. Thank you.
Nice.
And Gramps here has a perverted as a perverted old man because a lot of the posters here have wet mouths. Dude, this box has ropes and candles in it, and get your mind out of the gutter, Ikichi. Yeah, they're fucking. That's not a guy. Oh, Ikichi.
Thanks, Ikichi.
Oh, Ikichi. While we take a week to clean our brains of that mess, we will see you guys in part 3, provided, we're not blocked for advertiser unfriendly shit.
This game has Hitler in it?
Oh, fuck.